I'm here with a very special guest, Kat Cressida. You are the voice of Constance in the Haunted Mansion. How are you enjoying D23 so far?
I am loving it. I've been here for 1 day, and I am ready to say it's been an awesome day. I can't imagine someone doing it for 3 days. You guys are heroes to me, y'all.
It's been a very, very jam-packed 3 days. Now, voice of Constance, how did that come about? Was that something you auditioned for, or did they just pick you? How did that come about?
I would like to say that they said, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a very special voice actress, so who is the most Kat Cressida? It did not happen that way. It was an audition, and they went completely wide throughout the voiceover community. And originally, they thought they were going to use the same actress to do both the photographs that you see in the gallery and the voice. And they very quickly decided that the voice element was very important because you were going to hear it as you entered the attic, and that it really defined the character. So they separated it out and really wanted to focus on a voiceover. Great, to find the perfect fit for what they envisioned for the voice.
And how soon did you find out that this was for the Haunted Mansion when you auditioned?
Not for a few rounds. So initially it was just, Kat, there's something cool I'd like to bring you in on. I think that you might be right for. I can't tell you what it's for because it's Imagineering and it's for the parks, but think classic Disneyland. And immediately you sort of go, okay, well, there's only a few things that really we think of as, there's pirates, there's Bear Country Jamboree, and Mansion. So somewhere in my gut, I sort of thought maybe it was for the Mansion, but they weren't really going to add something into the classic Mansion, so I didn't really know. And then callbacks was when they said, so you're a bride. Again, think classic Disneyland, and maybe think a little bit towards the Haunted Mansion. Maybe.
That's great. Now, when you see Constance in the ride, you do see her face. So is it your face? It's based on your face. You said it's computer.
They shot reference video, and they of course have a beautiful young actress who's in the portraits. I believe what I was told by the exec producer was that it was a melding of reference video, of making sure the mouth and the eyes and everything, but it's sort of an original computer-generated character as well.
Okay. Now, when you go to the parks, what are some of the favorite things you like to do?
Everything. I don't know if you know my backstory, but I was raised within the Imagineering culture.
Oh, no.
So little bit of legacy, and so I grew up understanding, Tiki Room, Lincoln, audio, animatronics, probably more so than a lot of 4-year-olds would have known. So I still love just going to the park, as I did when I was a little tot, just to see Walt's place and to walk around. And I've been on the attractions, since there were tickets. E-tickets and all that. So to me, it's not so much about the attractions, although I'll be happy to answer your question, but I more just love being there, where Walt, to stand in front of the firehouse and look at his apartment and to show people the blueprint tour of it. Because I don't know if Tammy told you, but I also was a cast member.
No, I didn't know that. How long were you a cast member for?
Just a couple of summers getting through college.
Okay.
One of the things that I did. And first voiceover gig was Storybook Land.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, you were telling me a little bit about your history. The Haunted Mansion wasn't the first thing you've done. You've done a lot of other things, too, as well.
Yeah. So back, I don't know if you remember, there was a Lincoln, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, where they experimented with binaural sound, and was very honored to do that with Pete Renaday, voice of Henry from Bear Country Jamboree, among many other things. And then they replaced the binaural sound with another update, which my homie Josh Shipley had a lot to do with Tony Baxter. And then after that did something I think it was for Singapore Disney, or they were experimenting. It was sort of Arabian Nights meets Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. Voiced that. And then Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror is my favorite attraction. So favorite attraction of all time. So where were exactly. What exactly did you do in the Tower of Terror?
I am the voice of the little girl lost in the fourth dimension. Okay. So there's a giant chalk circle that's a replication of a famous Twilight Zone episode with Little Girl Lost, and it's on a 3 or 4 minute loop, audio loop, where it gets very loud at certain points with her crying out, "Can anybody hear me?" Singing, a lot of singing, very Poltergeist. I mean, it was the inspiration for Poltergeist,
Yeah.
actually. So it's very cool. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to us. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your expo. And if we can just end it, I would love if you can recite just one line from the Haunted Mansion as Constance.
I do. I did.
That sounds amazing. That sounds great.